Welcome to the 29th floor. I'm Kate Davis, and this week at Fast Company, we're talking about the new rules of work. And of course, your boss is always a big part of your job. So we created the Boss Bracket. Here to talk about it with me is the editor of Co-Create, Teresa Etzi. So are these the best bosses, the worst bosses, the bosses we love to hate?
They're a little bit of everything, actually. These are the best bosses from movies and television. We know that human beings learn from story, so we took the bosses from stories that really stuck with us.
So how did you pick them? There's 32 bosses, right?
Right. You know, we didn't want to just include the bosses who operate in an office setting. You know, there are great leaders who operate in space or, you know, in other fantasy worlds. So we came up with 4 categories: business, politics, fantasy, and crime. So that allowed us to cover off everyone from Walter White to Leslie Knope to Captain Jean-Luc Picard, who for my money is probably one of the best actual bosses on that list.
So who do you want to win? Like, who do you hope will be in the final 2?
I would like to see a face-off between Daenerys Targaryen and Tony Soprano. We've already gone through round 1, and some of the top scorers have been, you know, the bad, the troubled, the difficult men. Tony Soprano was the top scoring boss coming out of round 1, and you also had people like Don Vito Corleone, you had Frank Underwood. Clearly, people have a high tolerance for murder and mayhem as long as there's a strong leader in charge. But there are real lessons to be learned from these figures. You know, I don't think we would actually want them as our bosses day to day. But when you look at people like, you know, the mob bosses, let's say, and Fast Company has actually done in the past a story about what we can learn from The Godfather. And if you look at those mob bosses, you know, there's decisiveness. It may not be the right decision, but you want a strong leader in charge. You want to feel like you're moving forward. Decisions are being made, and these are people who, you know, get stuff done. But maybe the nicest boss on that whole list, Leslie Knope from Parks and Recreation, was a really strong finisher as well. So you have this polar opposite sort of leadership style. She is somebody who's very human, very nice, but also is she gets stuff done as well. You either respect their vision even though they don't have the best methods, or you are respecting the way that they exemplify the type of leader that you would hope to be. Right. It's that, it's that eternal question. Is it better to be loved or feared? And there's both on this list, and hopefully we'll see the ultimate answer to that question. So make sure you vote. There's a few days left, and if there's anybody that we left off the list, let us know at the hashtag 29th floor.